My phone. Hi, folks. I've started a Facebook Live and I have 10% battery. It was a poor allocation of my time. Hi! Hello, everybody. You want to say hi? You want to say hi to people while they come and join me? What are their names? I don't know what all their names are. They have to say hi. I have to say hi back to you. Do you know what your shirt says? I love you. Does Jesus love me? Yeah. So I'm asking some folks here to give me some suggestions on how to fix the state of Illinois. Evelyn, do you have any suggestions? For Donald Trump? Donald Trump. Oh boy. That's a suggestion. That's a suggestion? You think Donald Trump should fix Illinois? He's got his hands full, doesn't he? And God. And God? God in his hands. You think it should be in God's hands? Well, there you go, folks. That's the shortest Facebook Live I've ever done. This is the first. Oh, thank you. Let me get this. This is the first time I've ever done a Facebook Live from this platform on my phone, and I really am liking it. I think actually that you can see this Facebook Live, obviously on Facebook, but also on our YouTube channel, which has 1,000 subscribers now. Thank you so much. I think Katie was going to share this in our Illinois Rising Facebook group. Here, why don't you sit next to me, baby? Sit right next to me. There you go. So I think this is on the Illinois Rising. Oh yeah, it's charging. I just hope it charges as fast as I use it. But thank you, I appreciate it. Are you coming? Where are you going? Okay, thank you. The Illinois Rising Facebook page is something that we created to try to help Illinois get its act together. And I put something up this weekend that was basically kind of calling out. I don't know. I'm frustrated with the amount of issues that are happening right now in the world that are huge, massive issues. They become a distraction. And the people who join the Illinois Rising Facebook page, I assume join it for the right reasons because they want to save the state. And I know for a fact that there are people in the Illinois Rising Facebook group that have voted Democrat the majority of their life who want to see Illinois have an actual future. There's Steve. Steve says the only way to fix Illinois is to vote red all the way. I agree with that. Dale says, we love you, Annie, for the fight to save Illinois. Thank you. I hope that the cars driving by are not too loud. I just sit outside. I come sit on my porch when I need to stop all the noise, I guess. Paul says, nothing will change until you rid Chicago, Cook County of the corrupt liberal control of the state. See, here's the thing, Paul. I'm glad you said that because that is very commonly considered to be the problem. But here's the thing. Let me see how many of them I can name. Monica Bristow is the representative in the state House district, the 111th state House district. Monica Bristow is a Democrat there. She is not a good representative. She's impossible to get a hold of. I have so many people tell me, I've emailed her, I've called her office, I never get a response. She's pretty absent. She is not representing the people, and she's not fighting for tax relief for you. She co-sponsored the Health Reproductive Act, was it the HRA? They tried to get it through twice. I can't remember which one was the one that finally did. But I mean, this freaking thing, like, you can be pro-choice. I mean, I'm not pro-choice at all, but this thing eliminated the partial birth abortion ban. Monica Bristow sponsored that in District 111. And Amy Ellic is a Republican running who should absolutely be destroying Monica Bristow in that race in the 111. So there's one Republican seat. In the 112th, my district, Katie Stewart is the current representative there. For the same reasons I listed Monica Bristow, Katie Stewart is not representing the people of the 112th well at all. She's not advocating for tax relief in a meaningful way for taxpayers in the 112th. She co-sponsored the get rid of the partial birth and birth abortion. She was for partial birth abortion. She co-sponsored a bill to reinstate the partial birth abortion procedure in the state of Illinois. And in addition to that, made sure that taxpayer funds would go to fund it. So that's a far cry away from being like, I'm not really for late term abortion, but I can understand circumstances early on, which is the way a lot of pro-choice people are. This is not the version of pro-choice that these women are at all. And it's ridiculous. So you've got Katie Stewart in the 112th, Democrat, currently serving. Lisa Shampoli is running to challenge her. Lisa Shampoli has served on the Madigan County Board. She is a fiscal hawk when it comes to advocating for the taxpayer. So Katie Stewart could go down in the 112th, and you could go vote and support Lisa Shampoli. So you've got Amy Ellic and Lisa Shampoli. There's two people right here in a shouting distance that we could turn from blue to red. Then you've got Dave Barnes, who's running, who from all I've heard from everybody is like the nicest person in the world. Dave Barnes is running in Latoya Greenwood's district, which I think is, I want to say the 114th, but I might have gotten that wrong. Latoya Greenwood's district there, and he's working his tail off. That's 3 seats that we could flip from blue to red. And you've got David Freese, who is not the David Freese, but he could be the David Freese. He could be the representative to take the seat away from Nathan Reitz, I think. Reitz, R-I-E-T-Z, I think, who was appointed that seat in like the Redbud area. There's 4 seats right now, 4 Republican seats that we could take right now in the Metro East, and that has nothing to do with Cook County. So, I get behind the Chicago is driving the state into the ground. I can get behind that to an extent, but I can't, while we have 4, 5, 6 potentially Southern Illinois Democrat House representatives, we need to fix what is ours down here, and then we can wag our finger up north. But we got to take care of our business first in a real, actual way. What are you doing? You gonna sit next to me and eat? You got a Jimmy John sandwich. Maybe you should just lick the sandwich. This dude understands my distaste for mouth noises. Okay. So here's the deal. Paul, thank you for the comment. I know that the Chicago Cook County thing is real. I know that Mike Madigan is a disaster for our state. But the only way we're going to take it to Mike Madigan is if we get some of these Republicans down south in there and get rid of the Democrats. That's what has to happen. So anyway, we've got this Illinois Rising Facebook group, and we got people bickering over mask wearing and whether, stop fighting about masks. If you want to wear a mask, wear a mask. If you don't want to wear a mask, don't wear a mask. I support your right to choose. I'm pro mask choice. Why would we sacrifice the goal why would we sacrifice the effort to save the state of Illinois because we're going to bicker over who should wear masks and who shouldn't? And I saw somebody posted on the Illinois Rising Facebook group saying that they called Walmart in Little Rock, and it's a station in Arkansas, and they asked them if Walmarts can mandate that people wear masks. As far as I'm concerned, a private company can determine your requirements to go and shop in their store. And if they say you have to wear a mask, then they have to understand that they're going to lose the business from people who are offended by that. Be passionate about your choice whether to wear a mask or not, but don't be so passionate about this one issue that you're willing to sacrifice the future of the state. You're going too fast. Slow down. You're way too fast. Slow down. Got kids in here. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, the state, we could talk about the country as a whole. The race between Donald Trump and Joe Biden, good grief, there's a lot at stake in this race. If you heard Stephen Moore, man, I should put on these things no matter the shadows right now. This is not the lighting situation that I need.
Backlight?
No. And yes, I would, but no. No, I can't. Backlighting won't help. backlight won't help the shadows that are on my face. The national election that we have in front of us, like, is it worth fighting over people who are on your side over something? The extent with which we should help small businesses or not help small businesses. Like, look at what is at freaking stake on everything. This country is going nuts, and we're fighting over the stupidest things. Am I the only one who thinks that? Like, we are wasting the majority, the strength that we have in numbers over bickering over stupid things. And I'm not saying that either position is stupid. I'm saying that losing the strength in numbers and picking social media fights over this stuff, I don't get it. I do not understand it. And it's eating at my soul. And my kids are screaming at each other. Are they fighting? I think they're fighting. All right, let me read some of these comments. Maybe y'all think I'm crazy, and if you do, I don't blame you. It's 8:53. This is kind of when I start to lose my mind. You hear that screaming in there? Oh, he turned on the lights. Now that backlight's all my flyaways. Let me see here. What do we got? Steve says, missed your show today. Sorry. You don't have to be sorry. You can watch it. You can get it on the podcast. But thank you. Thank you for saying hi. Brian says hello from Manchester, Missouri. Hello. Lots of highs and hellos. Thank you guys for watching. Mike's watching in Katie Stewart's district. Vote for Lisa Champoli. Jan says, hi, sweetie. I love your shirt's message. I think she's talking about my daughters because it said Jesus loves me, but mine says a dream is a wish your heart makes. It's a good message. Randy says hi from Carrollton. Jay says, hello there, Annie. Love your show. Keep it up. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Tony says, find a way to overpower Cook County. You know where that starts? That starts with electing those Republicans that I was just talking about, that I've listed, talked about many times in the Illinois Rising group. And if you elect those Republicans, even if you're a Democrat, one of my good friends, and you know who you are, you just texted me and said that you're watching me while you're getting ice cream at a place called Annie's in town. Even if you're a Democrat voter right now, you have to think that the unfettered access to power that one party has in our state right now is not good for the health of the state. There is a supermajority of Democrats in the House, a supermajority of Democrats in the state Senate, and you've got a super leftist governor who, when he wants something, he writes fat checks. $52 million to pass the progressive income tax. That's the check that he just wrote right now to the group to advocate for the passage of the progressive income tax. 52 million of his own dollars. Good grief, he must have something invested in that. And he's like the only person who's supporting it like that. He's a one-man show. That's how he became the governor. That and Governor Rauner was not the best. Let's see here. Travis says, Annie, I applaud you for all you do for your family and your community. Thank you. I'm frustrated right now because I'm trying to assemble people and get them to come together. And we're fighting over issues that have nothing to do with the state of Illinois. What's the point of laboring for something like this when you have a community that you put together and then people want to fight and take their ball and go home over an issue that doesn't have anything to do with fixing the state of Illinois? I don't know. Jay says, you had every right to call out those that are using the page for purposes outside the page is created for. I back you 100%. Like you said, that's how we lose the focus on making the change. Thanks, Jay. I don't mind it, but like I said to the people who moderate that group, I said, we need to allow as much conversation as possible. If you think, should I pull something down or not? always err on leaving it. Can you turn that light off? I didn't want that. Thank you. And the baby's crying. So we've tried to err on the side of more conversation than less, but then it frustrates people. It gets people PO'd that somebody has a different opinion and people are super aggressive about it. Like we made a statement that we didn't want profanity. We didn't want things that were personal attacks, ad hominem conversations. Let's see. Christian says, yes, stop with the masks. Like, don't wear the masks. Don't go places that require you to wear masks. I'm okay with that. I get it. I understand it. I'm wearing masks. I think it's a nice thing to do. I don't think of it as me being a sheep. And I know that there are people who do. I think it's just a nice thing to do. And so I'm willing to participate in that way. So it's a personal choice. I think the thing that most people need to have here is the mindset of being able to have the choice to wear it or not to wear it. But we don't need to like attack each other over it, do we? Is that something we need to attack each other over? Travis says, I love your show in 97.1, but this after hour stuff is way more informative. Thanks, Travis. Not confined by the FCC. And it's 50-50 that my boss even knows I'm doing this. Unless he comments here, and then I will know. But ask questions. If you guys got questions, you can guide me instead of just me moaning about stuff. Kelly says data misrepresented early, especially early. I'll tell you what, I think that a lot of people are miffed about the mask thing because they lied to us first so that we wouldn't buy up all the masks because people were hoarding things. Don't lie to the American people. Masks are either important or they're not. And we, the people, we're in charge of the government. They are not in charge of us. I understand that distinction. They need to provide to us the real factual information and say, masks do help. It would be good if you had cloth masks. If your aunt or grandma or uncle or brother knows how to sew, then maybe stitch up a few masks. But we need to make sure that the N95 masks are safe for the people who are in the healthcare industry. Then anybody who comes in who is selling N95 masks or who has access to them, who's walking around with that, they're going to look like an a-hole anyway for being the one guy who's walking around with an N95 mask while everybody else is wearing like Grover or Cookie Monster because that's the only freaking material that was left at Walmart. But yeah, don't data misrepresented, especially early, Kelly. I agree with you that it's been very hard to follow, and who trusts anybody anymore? Let's see here. Jay says we have to start at the bottom, just like you're talking about. To go straight to Madigan and expect positive results is not going to happen. Have to start at the bottom of the ladder. All right. 4 Republicans in the Illinois State House. 4 seats, a net of 4 seats. We can't lose Republican seats that we hold somewhere else and gain 4 down here. We have the 4 seats. The Metro East. I would love to tell all of my contacts all across the state, you look at what the Metro East was capable of doing. And I don't want to hear anybody in this Illinois Rising group comment about how Chicago is the problem with the state, while we in Southern Illinois have all of these helpless and hapless Democratic representatives in Mike Madigan's house. We can fix part of that problem ourselves. We can single-handedly take the Republicans out of the super minority with taking these Democrats that are in the Metro East and telling them to take a hike. Have you done something to try to advocate for these, for Amy Ellic, for Lisa Shampoli, for Dave Barnes, for David Freese, for any of these Southern Illinois Republicans, for Avery Bourne, or some of the people who are already down here and representing us in the Republican Party? Have you donated to them yet? Like, let me challenge you right now. I like to send you with a $9.71, and they are not telling me to do this, and it's like a secret message to the Republican Party in the state of Illinois. When you donate $9.71 to one or any of these campaigns, then they know that our voice on the Annie Fry Show is powerful. If you've got $9.71 to donate, find one of those Republicans that are running in one of these House districts and throw $9.71 their way. And I'm telling you this, the reason why Katie Stewart in the 112th district the last time was like $1 million district is because Mike Madigan looks at the districts down here as cheap seats to buy. Because $1 million, if you invest $1 million in the districts down here, that goes a lot farther than the Chicago market. If you're going to buy, oh, there's a bat in front of us. Is that a good sign or a bad sign? Maybe that was Mike Madigan. It's a spy. Yeah, we're gonna scratch that from the edit that left the edit board. If you were to invest $1 million into the 111th district, the 112th district, the 114th district down here, it goes so much further than it does up north in Chicago. So they try to buy these seats down here, and then you watch Katie Stewart's voting record, you watch Monica Bristow's voting record, you watch Nathan Reetz's voting record. They vote like they're told. Mike Madigan tells them, oh, you can vote no for this. I know this is a Democratic initiative, but I got Republicans who are going to pass this. And in fact, in order to pass things on a simple majority, he can give up like a huge handful of Democrat votes because it saves him a seat. You know what that does? Saves him money. So if you have the means to do so, donate $9.71 to Amy Ellic's campaign. E-L-I-K, Amy Ellic. Donate $9.71 to Lisa Shampoli's campaign. Donate $9.71 to Dave Barnes's campaign. And if you really have the means and you really want to give it to Mike Madigan, then move the decimal on the $9.71 and donate $97.10. And again, they haven't told me to do this, and I don't need to tell them. Just have the $9.71 donations starting to show up. Mike Madigan is going to pour money into the Metro East, and he's going to continue to have his hold on us because he can pump all of his well-connected donors into these races so he can continue to do what he wants and get what he wants. And he is the most corrupt person, in my opinion, likely in the country. And he's in charge of the state of Illinois. He's the most powerful man in the state of Illinois. So before we start complaining about Chicago and before we start complaining about Cook County, and I'm here to tell you there's a lot to complain about. It's not that there's not a lot to complain about, but let's clean up our house first, and then we can take it to Mike Madigan after that. And let's get those seats red. Seriously, and make a huge, huge, huge difference. Randy says, come November, the silent majority will show up in droves. Gosh, I'm praying for that. Praying for it. Trace Poe says, is there a way of getting redistricting in Illinois from an independent group? Dems won 54% of the vote, but control 70% of the seats in Springfield. Gerrymandering is horrible in Illinois because Madigan has controlled the redistricting the last 4 censuses. Well, here's the deal. I got bad news for you. Yes, there's a way to get redistricting. It's happening in, I believe, this year or the next. And the people who are going to decide it are already in power. And that was what we lost when Governor Pritzker won. Because the only way to get a Republican at the table there was to take the governorship. So they're going to remap our state, and it's going to get worse. I hate to tell you that, but that's definitely the case. Let's see here. Goldfish says, what do you think about a perspective of the states controlling the means of production, all in the name of safety? Is this not a dangerous precedent and also greatly increases potential of corruption? The state controlling the means of production is communism? That's bad. I think that's bad. I'm glad I have yeah, you have to be more specific, Goldfish. But I'm not in favor of the state controlling much of anything. Travis says, this election year scares me to death. I'm either going to celebrate or hunker down in a cave. Maybe I should look for an advertiser who sells bunkers. If you know anybody, have them contact the Annie Fry Show. Christian says, hey, from the town of Ninian Edwards. You had to go there. Okay. Pat says, great show always. Pat from Bonterre. Is that how you say that? Bonterre? Does that mean beautiful land? Doesn't Bon mean beautiful and terre, T-E-R-R-E, means land, earth? Look at me all French and stuff. Teresa says, hey from Woodson Terrace by Lambert Airport. Thank you for watching. Do you hear that? Am I getting picked off? Is that the Madigan bat? Bat? Oh, it's way over there. It's fine. Let's see. Oh, Christopher. Hi, Christopher. Christopher's one of our frequent flyers on the daytime chat. Thank you for being here. You said there was another donation, $250. I'm assuming that's to the progressive income tax passage. $250 by one sorry soul and $51 million from JB Pritzker. Huh? Let's see what else we got here. Jay says, you don't get to the top of the ladder without climbing first. We have to start at the bottom and work up. Look at how the president is taking down the individuals linked to the top guy right now. Same thing. Jay, you are my spirit animal from time to time because I get frustrated with this, with like, it's only the weak moments and we all have them. And I've been letting you in on a few of the weak moments lately. But Illinois, like, we could take it back, but we better freaking do it pretty soon. I mean, the hole that we got to dig ourselves out of right now is pretty stinking deep. And we could do it if we collectively put our minds to it and we don't get distracted by the silly things that get in our own way. I mean, how many times, like, somebody was talking about how, I can't remember the context of the conversation, but there was a conversation going about how, you know, conservatives are always trying to judge who's conservative enough, and Democrats are always just like, anybody's welcome, and libertarians are always like, I'm the only libertarian here or something. This is a very broad brush to paint. But libertarians and conservatives and Republicans and independents all have a lot in common right now because the left is nuts. And in the state of Illinois, we've seen what unfettered access to power does when Democrats have all of that control. And the stakes are really high. And Illinois is about to go bankrupt. And then you hand that over to Joe Biden. Oh my gosh. I don't know what's coming. What is happening? What's up? Let's see. Kelly says, I'd move out, but can't afford to. Well, that's sad. And I don't want you to leave, Kelly. Can you afford to fight? Oh, we got a Rosie. Yeah. Chris says, the problem is that not all, but a lot aren't intellectually honest about what they have right now in Illinois government. They would be screaming from the rafters if it was the reverse. Charles says, it's a shame that we have come to the point where you have to apologize for doing the right thing and wearing a mask. If you want to get the economy going, you're going to have to wear a mask. See, nobody has to apologize for wearing a mask. And Charles, I understand your point, and I know you're a frequent flyer on our page, and I appreciate you being here, and I know your opinion usually dissents from mine, and that's fine. And you're welcome to share it here. But there's no use in starting a fight right now over mask wearing. It's not useful. Not on this Facebook Live, not on any Facebook Live, not on any show. There is no purpose in fighting over it. Wear your mask, set a good example. Don't wear your mask, set that example if that's what you want to do, and you're not going to get to go into places that require them, and that's just the way it is. I choose to wear a mask. But if other people aren't wearing masks, I'm not going to accost them for it because it's America. My neighbors just came out. I think they're probably like, what is wrong with her? Derek says, are there any Republican candidates that we should be promoting for our district? I'm in the same district as you. Get behind Lisa Ciampoli, Ciampoli. What? I've written her name a lot, and I had to figure out how to spell it. And I was told it's like shampoo, but it's Ciampoli. So that's how you can remember it too. And I've interviewed her. You can find her if you search my name and Lisa's name, you'll hear the interview I did with her. She has done politics before. She's Madison County Board, but she's not like a politician's politician. I love that about her. She's not going to be the person who's going to come on and be the most suave and smooth in everything she says, but be an empty suit that's going to go stab you in the back when she goes to Springfield. She knows numbers. She knows budgets. She respects budgets. And I want that person in there right now fighting for taxpayers, because that's what her advocacy is. So please, Derek, get behind Lisa Champoli, and we can also support Amy Ellic in the 111th district. And those are honestly, the House is where it's at, folks. Put all of your effort, all of your, it's from a statewide standpoint, put your effort behind getting these seats flipped red. That will be a huge victory for the state of Illinois, for sure. Let's see here. Annie, at what time-ish did Marc come on the show today? Marc? I had, this is losing charge slowly. I had Dr. Hardiman at 12:25 and 12:45. I had Stephen Moore at 1 o'clock. And I had Tom Devore, the attorney, talking about suing the IHSA at 1:25. And then I had the Attorney General Schmidt, Missouri's Attorney General, on at 2 o'clock. So you have to be specific about it, Marc. Let's see. Kev says, while I agree the leaders should have said we don't have to wear masks, the times I saw Dr. Fauci say it, he couched the statement with right now. Dr. Fauci, what an enigma of a man. Yeah, if you have any questions about Lisa Champoli's campaign, you can contact Trevor here. He's kind of running the show, one of the people. Patrick says, get rid of Bristow. That's supposed to be Bristow with Amy Ellic. Yes, 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 yes. I have 7% battery, folks, so hold on. Hang on tight. Ouch. Also, Kevin says, also, I'm kind of amazed the way people say, quote, well, they lied to us once, so we'll never trust them again. I don't really trust people in general at this point in time, but if somebody was, this is how I look at it, honestly, if somebody was going to sneeze on me or sneeze right in front of me and I had the choice to have that person wear a mask and not wear a mask, I would prefer that they wear a mask. And I have kids, and I've had kids sneeze directly into my mouth, and it was awful. So I'll wear a mask. Heath says, hi, Annie. Sadly, as long as people continue to want more from the state, it will stay broke. Thus, they'll want more from the state. It's an endless cycle. People who want better for their future will need to move to states that welcome production and don't have social and retirement programs that they can't keep up with. Oh, and Chicago will always dictate everything. Unless enough of us stand up. And you're here right now. We've got 7,500 people almost on the Illinois Rising page, and for the most part, pretty like-minded people. Kev says, let me ask you, do you hold Trump to that standard? Lie to me once and that's it. Sometimes I get to these comments after I've made a point, so maybe I might miss this. I don't trust government establishment, and I feel like Trump's biggest faux pas come from not doing government the way government is supposed to be done. I feel like Donald Trump is, I think he has the right track. I think he has American excellence at heart. And I think that this, like, I don't want people to melt down when I say this, but I think Donald Trump has a fake it till you make it mentality, because he doesn't have the political experience, but he does have the business and the negotiation experience. And I appreciate that about him. Whoa. None. I can scooch. Oh, I sat on a toy and it hurt my bum. Okay. Now I'm strangely laying on my front porch. This is very bizarre for people. So as far as, Kev, I might blow your mind here. I don't think that the president has ever come out and deliberately lied. I don't think that he is a purposeful liar. I think that if there have been times where he has not been completely truthful. I don't think that he's ever purposely deceived the American public. And that might make your mind explode. I don't know. Jay says Cook County can keep the state blue on its own. So who's the biggest helper? St. Clair County. Yeah. Turn St. Clair red and Cook County will take notice immediately. That's right. And then they will up their game. I got to scoot over a little bit because I can't lay on my front porch like I'm posing for something that's weird. Not my style. St. Clair County is often referred to as Little Cook County. There's something about the people and the way business is done there that is highly suspect. I've been working hard on some connections in that region who are helping me out on exposing some of that. Let me know. Trevor is posting. Good. Here it is. AmyEllic.com, 111th House District. That is who we are supporting. I don't like endorse people, but you're darn right I'm supporting her. And I want to see Monica Bristow go down big time in the 111th District. Why is this hard? Because it's backwards. So that is the website for Amy Alec. Please, $9.71. That's the donation from the Annie Fry Show fan club. Here's Go Barnes on the 114th. I think I guessed that right. To take down Latoya Greenwood. That is a St. Clair County. Man, look at the way that district is mapped. Oh. There are no bugs in this plant behind me, right? No bugs at all. Go support Dave Barnes. Wonderful person and needs your support. Like shock and awe, Republicans. Shock and awe with your votes and your donations. Debbie says downstate Illinois has a hard problem voting red. We need to stand up for Southern Illinois and get out and vote. Yes. Trevor, comment on here. Tell me how people can register to vote or how people can register other people to vote. Can you explain that? I wonder if I can. Hold on a second here. Invite again. Hold on just 1 second. I'm going to try something here. Trying Trevor. Let's see what I'm capable of. All right. I want to know like what action items people can take because that's what people I think want. They want to help. Let's see. Larry says, I agree. I wear a mask too, but by choice. Yeah, of course. Of course. There's nothing wrong with it. Trevor, who is part of the Southern Illinois effort to turn Southern Illinois red, says we absolutely can take Illinois back, but we need to get together to donate, knock on doors, and make phone calls. Trevor, check your Facebook Messenger. I sent you a link if you want to join us. I would love to put you on here with me. That would be fun. And I don't know what I'm doing, but it would be fun. Getting attacked by bugs. Oh, Christian, Tom, sorry, not Mark, Tom Devore. He was on at 125. And you can go to 971talk.com/Annie, and we have an article up there. Please consider it's talking about him suing the IHSA about the restrictions on student athletes in the state of Illinois, and would love for people to share that. Slow down! It's Mustang, though. I might be driving faster than that. All right. Trevor just said absolutely. So if he comes on here, this would be kind of exciting. This is all brand new to me. New fun things. Thank you for bearing with us. No, it's at 7%. So, Dave says 1,002 subscribers. Yes, we topped 1,000 subscribers on the YouTube. I'm so excited. Now the next thing is I have to get the watch hours up in order to be able to do some extra fun things with the YouTube channel and to start profiting off of it. I'm very much so looking forward to being able to add stuff. Let's see. Trevor, did you click on that link? Did it work? Did you click on that StreamYard link? Do I look like I could be telling ghost stories right now if I do this? Let me tell you a tale of the Illinois state economy. Scary as it looks. Okay, Trevor, joining me. Oh, keep asking questions if you have them while I pull Trevor on here. Standing by. Stand by. Maybe not. Let me ask you this question for the people who are watching right now, while I try to get this working for Blair Witch Project. I'm so scared. I never saw that movie. It was too scary looking for me. And it was terrifying people so much. I'm like, why would I do that to myself? It makes no sense. So anyway, I was gonna say, tell me about when you're listening to a radio show like ours, do you want it all to be all information, all news, reaction all the time, or do you appreciate the opportunities to laugh at certain things, to take a break and not be inundated with the news cycle all the time? Because I'm in it all the time. I am always plugged in to some capacity, and so I feel like I need a break from time to time. And maybe when I need a break, maybe you don't need a break. Maybe you're still like, give me more, give me more, give me more. Because I also understand, as much as I would love for you to listen to all 3 hours, you're dipping in and out and doing it based on your own time. Still trying to get. Ooh, have a guest. Add to stream. There. Is it really that easy? Can you hear me, Trevor?
Yeah, it's pretty easy. Can you hear me?
Hold on a second. Speak up. All right. I might need to get. Hey, folks, can you tell me if you can hear Trevor? Oh, wait.
I can hear you. Hear me?
Yes, now I can. That's fantastic.
Okay.
So, Trevor, tell me, and the people watching right now, what you do. What's your job? What's your responsibility first? And then we'll ask you how people can support you.
Yeah, so I am the regional field director for Amy Ellic's campaign in the 111th. My job pretty much just entails getting volunteers and getting support for Amy to make sure that she has the people she needs to win this November.
So you're in charge of basically, you're responsible for removing Katie Stewart from office, and you said both Amy Alec and Lisa Champoli?
Lisa Champoli has her own regional field organizer, but I help.
Hold on a second. I'm having a hard time hearing you, so I'm going to take you back inside. They can hear you though. Tell me while I'm getting reset up. Tell me about Amy Ellic. We were out at Piasaw Armory. Was that?
Yeah. Yep.
And we were getting petitions signed to recall Governor Pritzker, and we were getting I guess Amy was just out there meeting people. No, it needs to be the thing that goes there. But that's okay. I'll just go downstairs. So tell me about Amy Ellic, the 111th district, and why Amy Ellic would be better than Monica Bristow.
Yeah, so Amy Ellic is the Republican candidate running against Monica Bristow in the 111th House District, which encompasses all or parts of Bethalto, Alton, Godfrey, Hartford, a little bit of Holiday Shores. And Amy is a CPA, and so I think the biggest...
Money. She understands money and being responsible with it.
Yeah, the biggest reason that I support Amy and really like to help out on her campaign is to make sure that we send somebody who knows what they're talking about to Springfield to deal with the budget and put it back together the right way.
I think that's such an important thing. I gotta tell you, some of my favorite things about Amy Ellic and Lisa Champoli both, while Lisa has some experience working on the county board, is these are real citizens of Illinois who have stepped up because they've had enough, and they have enough experience to fill in that gap and actually represent people who are like me, who are hardworking taxpayers in the state of Illinois, who are sick and tired of, like the property tax burden is bonkers. And you have to ask yourself, what are you getting for the property taxes that you're paying? And if Illinoisans are paying any attention, they're not liking the results of what they get. And they know that with a progressive income tax on the ballot in November, which is a big fat vote no on that, that they're potentially going to be taking even more from us. And we still, like, the burden of the pension problem that we have, which is what's causing this big tax burden on the Illinois taxpayer, it's not even being answered yet. Like, it doesn't even solve the problem. So it's only going to get worse from here. So you get Lisa and you get Amy, and you have real people who are going to go in there and actually stand up to Mike Madigan. Like, how valuable is that? And Trevor, I don't know if you heard me saying, like, people always say, Chicago is the problem. We can't fix Illinois till we fix Cook County. Well, we've got, like, how many Southern Illinois Democrats holding House seats right now? Like, we got to fix our own stuff before we start pointing our finger up north.
Yeah, I think that maybe the more correct way to phrase that is that Chicago or Cook County is a problem, but they're certainly not the entire problem. And I think that we really need to show a strong stand down in Southern Illinois and across all of these districts that we need to flip. And I think that that will send the better message to Chicago and definitely deliver our point, that we're just sick of it. We're sick of the taxes. We're sick of the government control. And we're ready to have some real common sense people in there to fix all these issues that we have been having for years now.
So, Trevor, like, realistically speaking, I think people want to get behind a cause. People want to have some sort of, like, something strong enough to feel like they can hang their hat on it. Is the 111th district currently held by Democrat Monica Bristow? Amy Ellic is the Republican running and is a great person. I've met her many times. She's very kind and very well suited for this position. How likely is it that Amy Ellic can win that seat?
I am extremely confident in Amy's chances to win this seat. It's a district that Trump actually won by something like 25 points in the last cycle. So our big battle is making sure that all of those people that are going to vote to support President Trump get out and also support somebody like Amy. So I'm very, very confident that Amy can win this seat as long as we have the help and the funds that we need in order to get Amy's name out.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's a very winnable seat. In that district last time, the 111th, there was, what was it, less than a 400 vote difference between the two?
I think it was right around 300, yeah.
That's crazy. So if people want to help, people want to get involved specifically for Amy's district, what kind of things? I mean, obviously I'm encouraging, and I've done this with you, and it's been successful so far. I'm encouraging the $9.71 donation to Amy Ellic's campaign, which is amyellic.com, right?
Yep, amyellic.com, and there's a big old donate.
So donate the $9.71. And like I said, if you're blessed enough to move the decimal to the right, please consider doing so. But other than donating, which is the number one way, what other things can people do with their feet, with their time, their action to help Amy Ellic win?
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of different ways to get out and support candidates. I would say that the number one way would just be reach out to Amy Ellic's Facebook page, which is Amy Ellic for State Rep 111th District. On Facebook, you can shoot that page a message and you'll get somebody that day. And we have all sorts of different ways that anybody can get on and help. We knock doors pretty much every week, and we make calls as often as we can.
What is knocking doors?
So knocking doors in a pandemic is a little bit different than what we are used to. So when we go out and knock doors now, It's similar to your average door knocking, which is just going out to a neighborhood with a few people and making sure that they all know who's running and all the important parts about why that candidate should win. Right now, though, door knocking involves a lot of masks, a lot of hand sanitizer, and
It's just like everything else.
yeah, pretty much. Like the whole world involves all that right now. And definitely keeping your distance when you go up to somebody's home. I like to knock on the door and then pretty much get off of the porch, and then just having a nice discussion with them, pretty well distanced back away from them.
Okay, so can people help do that?
Absolutely, yeah, 100%. We have this awesome app that we use that records all the data, tells you what houses to go to, and I personally can get anybody who wants to help trained on the app. And this goes for pretty much all the districts that you're talking about tonight, Annie. The 111th, the 112th, the 113th, the 116th. We all have field programs that need people to make calls, need people to knock doors. And of course, I'm partial to the 111th because it is the campaign that I work on primarily. But all of the
but we've got good connections in all the districts down here, and they're winnable. Like we've talked about Amy Ellic's 111th chances of beating Monica Bristow. What do you feel about Lisa Champoli, the Republican candidate's chances of beating Katie Stewart in the 112th, which is the district I live in?
Yeah, Lisa Champoli is an amazing person and an amazing candidate, and I know she can win. But I am just so worried that Katie Stewart is going to spend so much money to keep her name out there and be the only person that people hear about from now till November, that it doesn't matter how good of a candidate we put up against her, nobody will know about Lisa. So I think the biggest battle we're fighting in the 112th is making sure that Lisa gets out in front of people and enough people get to meet Lisa.
I'm going to ask this in an open-ended way so that you can answer it however you want, because I know things that people have told me, and some of that stuff might not want to be repeated and some of it might. But what is the Mike Madigan Democratic machine capable of when it comes to trying to destroy other people and their chances to win elections? What are they willing to do, and what are they capable of?
I don't know if they'll stop at really anything to hold on to their power that they have here in Illinois. I'd like to think that there's some morals left in Illinois, but with the current ruling party, I can't really say for sure that there is any line that's drawn that's clear. So I think they are willing to do just about anything they have to make sure that these districts stay theirs. And it's kind of a sad thing to see.
I mean, they're willing to try to completely ruin people's reputations based on like 100% complete and total fabricated lies, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's that bad.
Yeah, I mean, they'll take something that either, like you said, was completely, absolutely untrue, or just the littlest thing and twist it and change it to
take it out of context, and then they make it into a boogeyman that frightens people that never really existed, and they have the money to heap on it to make sure that by the time you rein something back in, it's too late.
Yeah.
It's awful. I mean, which is why I am so grateful for the people who do decide to run for these positions, because you're risking anybody who's associated with you is fair game for these people, and it's a tough commitment to make, and which is why I want to encourage people to support them so much in any capacity. If you don't want to donate money, donate your time. Find out with Trevor how you can call people if you don't feel comfortable going door to door. Like, there are things that you can do from your home that can help these people and actually be part of some progress. It's going to require the people to rise up, and Amy Ellic and Lisa Shampoli and David Freeze and Dave Barnes, and who else am I forgetting down here? I feel like there's another one that we could take.
Yeah,
I'd have to look it up.
David Freeze, Amy Ellic, Lisa Shampoli, Paul Shemp, and the one
in the Senate,
115th, I think, or something like that. That's getting a little bit out of my ballpark.
Sure, but we can help. I mean, we can be part of a solution here. And like, how big of a deal is it to get four seats to get out of the super minority and have to make Mike Madigan actually work for a supper for once, instead of just dictating who gets to do what and who has to vote for what? It's awful.
Yeah, I think that's probably my biggest goal, is just to pick up as many seats as we can so that we have a say. There's there's some kind of check or balance that we have on the rest of the House.
Kelly comments, what about the current red seats? How secure and safe are they? I don't expect you to know the entire state, but how do you feel about that?
Well, certainly if you live in, say, the 108th or something like that, that's my personal district that I live in. Yeah, it's red, but you can't ever stop fighting. You want to hold on to those seats, because when you don't work to get elected every cycle, you turn into somebody like Mike Madigan, where you just are expected to win, and you don't even watch the results on election night because, oh, my people will vote for me and I don't have to work for their vote. So I think that, there's some seats that are definitely pretty safe, but we should never stop working in any district.
Yeah, win big, win with authority, for sure. All right, well, Trevor, before I let you go, tell us what action, like if people want to get in contact and want to really meaningfully have something to do to benefit the state of Illinois going forward. Can they call somebody? Can they email somebody to get into a direct contact to say, I want to put my time, my effort, my money behind winning candidates? What do I got to do?
Yeah, so I think that probably the easiest way would be to get in contact with whatever campaign that you support in your area. If you aren't sure, feel free to email me. My email is theene, Huene, at illinoisopp.org. You can reach me there anytime. I check it like 30 times a day, and I will make sure to find you the campaign that works best for you, because we need as many people as possible to help out on these campaigns. And you don't even understand how much it means to have one person donate 1 hour a week of their time.
Yeah, and if you don't have the time to donate, but you've got some money to donate, I mean, put it where your mouth is and send that $9.71. That's the selfishly, I liked it when Trevor's like, we got 3 $9.71 donations today. I'm like, hey, those are my people, and I'm very proud of you. So if you've got $9.71 to donate, please consider doing that to Amy Alec's campaign, to Lisa Shampoli's campaign, or any of the Republican candidates running down here. And as I always say, if you are looking to donate $9.71 and you're blessed enough to be able to move the decimal to the right, always moving it to the right, that's how we are here, $97.10. I mean, does that make a difference in what you're able to do, Trevor?
Absolutely. That makes all the difference in the world. Just right around $100, right around $10. It really goes a long way when you're as fiscally minded as we are with our money.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, Trevor, I'm going to ask you to put in the comments here your email address, and then maybe the direct link to donate to any of the candidates that we can. If you want to comment that, then people can see it and go back and reference it. And thank you so much, Trevor, for what you're doing. I really appreciate you and Stephen Stewart and a lot of the people who are working down here, because there are some young folks. I mean, you guys are younger than I am. I'm a young folk still, and I will hold on to that dearly until all of a sudden one day I look in the mirror and I'm like, nope, I'm not young anymore. But we've got young people who are putting their time and energy behind trying to save the state of Illinois, and that should be the best hope that you have, that we can do this. So Trevor, you're part of that, and we appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you. We'll talk to you soon. So that's Trevor. I really appreciate Trevor. I've worked with him several times, and I think that he's a fantastic person to have in our corner. And hopefully you guys can support those candidates. Look at this. This is kind of where it all started for me. This is the sign. Let's see. I'm sitting on the floor in my studio. The sign from the taxpayer revolt that we did. We had like 300 of you folks show up for that. And it was a great event. And we got the attention all over the state that was happening. And I really want to do that again, but we can't assemble people. We got to figure out how to assemble people. We got to figure out how to get together and socially distance and do our thing, don't we? I think Illinois is worth it. Well, Patrick, you're funny. I want to thank everybody for being here. This was kind of impromptu. This is an hour long, so it's very long. I'm sorry it was so long. I hope to maybe be able to do more of these and bring people on. Would you please, if you don't mind, if there are people who you'd like to see me interview in this platform here, in this type of a circumstance or setting, send me a message to the Annie Fry Facebook page or comment it on this live or on the YouTube live right now. If you haven't subscribed to the Annie Fry YouTube page yet, we just tipped over 1,000 today, which is super exciting. And the really cool thing about the Annie Fry YouTube page is that we broadcast our show every day from there, just like we do on Facebook. And if you've got a smart TV, you can watch the Annie Fry show on your smart TV and keep it on all day long, which is just super, super. I think that's all. I have the weirdest things down here. There's Mike Pence and me hanging out on a Monday night. Thank you guys for watching. I will be back tomorrow on the air at noon right here. Wherever you're streaming from, we'll be here, and I appreciate it. Talk to you guys tomorrow.